I have more bloody figures. It's not like I need more figures, but we're doing another minifigure lot. I did 11 kilos a few weeks ago and you guys loved that video. So I heard you and I realized what I needed to do was go out and buy another 10 kilos of figures. So that's what we've got here. We have a massive bag here, plus a big tub full of goodies that we get to go through on camera, and I get to take you through everything, which is absolutely fantastic. And I'm really, really excited because there are some proper treasures in here, including but not limited to a beautiful Rancor. But we've got a lot to get through here. So I reckon we should get straight into it. All right, we have a lot to get into here. There is a lot that we need to process. I have... Who could that be? Who goes there?
I thought you needed some help.
You need some help. I definitely need some help. Jason! I am doing absolutely fantastic, mate. What do you have here?
Well, I heard you said you've only got 10 kilograms, and we need to actually make sure that the viewers, their needs are met. So I brought another 5 kilograms.
Oh my gosh. So we're going to beat the 11 kilos and we're going to get to 15. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think this minifigure video is going to be awesome. So we've got a couple of different lots here. This wasn't all just one big purchase. There's a couple. So this guy over here was purchased as one tub, not including that bag, but this stuff was done from a massive collection that I just bought. And hopefully there's a special video coming out on the purchase of that entire collection. But I see it as a waste to process these individually. So I'm going to do it all together and get one massive file. Then we have our second lot here with some absolute killer figures. Killer. Oh yeah, I know. I'm so funny. And this was one purchase. Funnily enough, the same guy that we bought the 11 kilos off sold us this bag. You might recognize the white plastic bag from that last video. And he sold us some more stuff. So all the people who went into the comments and were saying that I scammed that guy, I definitely didn't, because he's still selling me stuff. And then over here, we've got a couple of smaller lots. This was one purchase. I don't actually know how much I paid for that. I think it was about $100. And then this stuff here is all just the stuff I've collected over the past couple of months. This is all stuff that came out of bulk, and a lot of this is also stuff that we got out of bulk, maybe a couple of individual small little collections that we bought.
Some lovely little finds already.
Oh, 100%. Got a beautiful big fig Hulk. I mean, that's another thing. Big figs galore. That is not something you see every day. So this is going to be a really, really fun find. Now, the one thing that I will preface is, especially over this side, is there's a lot of vintage and there's going to be a lot of damaged. So a lot of B grade stuff is not going to make the cut. But
there's still some great quality here.
Yeah, definitely. No, I don't want to take away from the treasure that we're going to find in here, but I will say that, we've got 15 kilos here. I wouldn't be surprised if 3 kilos of this is going to be sent to our B grade purchaser. But we've got a lot to get into. I think the first thing we want to do is we want to start a time lapse, and I'm going to put Jason to work. We're going to do some amazing sorting. We're not going to sort into theme this time. It's just going to be stripping it down for parts. So we're going to go torsos, legs, heads, and all that jazz. And we'll see how far we get through to today. I've still got a few other bits and pieces I want to do, and we've got some contractors coming in, but this is where the magic happens. Jason, So we have been busy doing some work.
Yes, we have.
We've done some sorting. I've done some uploading. We did a bit of a store tour for your channel, which is pretty cool. So if you want to go see that, I haven't released a store tour video in a while, so there's one on Jason's channel
Just
now.
getting what we can.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think? What do you think of the shed?
It's been great. It's actually bigger in person.
Okay, yeah. That's what you want to hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Richie was smaller in person. I'm smaller in person, but the store here is bigger. And I think just seeing it in person, having watched and chatted for many hours, is really cool. But also just seeing the process and things, how Noah goes about everything, I think is it's been impressive. Yeah, very cool. Lots to think about. Lots to think about for my own store. I don't know how much I contributed besides sorting some minifigure parts, but there was good banter contributions.
Definitely.
Which was nice. So it's nice to be getting out here to Melbourne for a bit of a visit, all the way over the ditch from New Zealand.
Yeah, so I mean, this is going to be in a vlog, and then we did a little bit of filming, a bit of time lapse on minifigure video that I'm putting out, processing 15 kilos of figure parts. So that video hopefully is out sometime soon. Who knows when these videos come out? I'm staggering them, so this could be out anytime. I have no idea. But we've done some good work. I didn't do a ton of filming with Jason, but that's just because we wanted to hang out and we wanted to do some stuff together, rather than make it all about work. So we did have a good game of bowling, and
we don't talk about the game of bowling.
We don't talk about the game of bowling. No, we won't talk about the game of bowling. But if you want to, have a game of bowling with me, just reach out, and we'll go bowling together. But otherwise, I really appreciate you coming down. You're heading out today.
We are. We're heading off, for some more exploring.
Yep.
Maybe a few more bits filmed, but it's been great having us here. Thank you very much for hosting.
Good man.
A pleasure. And get back to some sorting.
Absolutely. It's time for me to get back to work, and I'll take you through what we're doing for the rest of the day. Well, it has been a weird couple of weeks. I actually haven't posted a video in almost 2 weeks, and my filming schedule has been completely off. So probably one of the last clips you would have watched would have been me doing something with Jason. Obviously, Jason came down, visited the brick shed. It was really awesome. But over that time when he came down, and also while I was here, I just kind of stopped filming. So I really need to get back into things. I also need to edit the last couple of videos that I've got ready to go and upload them. So that's going to be a tonight job. But what I want to do is I just want to kind of pick up where we've left off and basically continue processing this lot. So I've got that massive collection that we're still working through. And today we're going to try and get through a little bit more. I only have 2 weeks to do as much as I can. And then I am actually heading off overseas for a little bit, but more on that later. I'll hopefully post a proper video all about that. I don't know if there's one already out or if there's one going to come out, but that's another job for another day. So I have a lot of things I need to get through today, and I'm thinking it's going to be a late night. One of the changes that we had was our security system got updated. So as you can see over there on the monitor is some cameras. We had some security cameras in, but we've recently updated. So very, very happy. There's a few inside the shed, a few outside the shed. It's just kind of something that we needed to get done. But the shed is looking a bit messy. I've got a mattress out, and I've got a ton of stuff down there that we're working through, all the stuff on top of the shelves and all of this stuff here. So I've been uploading, and we're going to keep working through some stuff. I'm going to finish. I brought these 2 drawers in the other day, and I'm going to keep going through these. This is just some stuff that was in the lot. I'm doing some string at the moment, and then these trays here have motorcycles and whatnot. So we'll go through those. Obviously, one thing that I think I've mentioned already with this collection is the condition of a lot of stuff is pretty poor. So we are finding a lot of damaged stuff, but that is okay. That is totally fine. The other thing that we still need to keep going through is our massive minifigure lot, which is going to be a separate video. So Jason and I started that the other day, and I've got to keep going with that. There's a few things I need to do. All of these built sets here need to be auctioned off. So that's another job. I mean, it's all kind of happening. It's all pretty hectic. So I'm going to keep working, and I'll hop on in a bit. I'm got to start some eBay auctions and a few other bits and pieces, but we've got a lot to do. All right, so today is Sunday, and I've already done a fair bit of work this morning. Been up for a couple of hours already, and just getting some stuff ready. Our contractors will be in about half an hour, and they're here all day. So just wanted to tidy up the place and get a few jobs out of the way before they got here. I've listed a ton of stuff on eBay recently. I just did all of that, and everything under there is all on eBay auctions. Well, sorry, I've just taken a bunch of photos of a bunch more stuff, so I'll set up those auctions shortly. But I'm basically just auctioning off anything from that massive collection that I'm not going to complete, which is pretty much all the sets, because I don't have any markets coming up, so there's no point in me paying somebody to inventory these sets and have them sit here and have them just basically costing me money. I'd rather just get them gone at a reduced rate and, just move on. So some of the stuff I'm going to keep, but most of it is going to go. So everything in those boxes there, I need to auction off as well. So I'm still working through a bunch of stuff, but I've already processed a few auctions. Some auctions are going to end tonight, actually. So fingers crossed they do very nicely. But now I just need to tidy up this desk area, and I'm just going to keep doing some uploading of parts. We've got some more, unique elements that I've been just kind of hoarding as I go through the collection. And then I think I'm going to do some more minifigure pieces. I'm going to finish sorting all of that stuff out, I think, because there is a ton to work through there. But otherwise, I don't really know. There's always stuff to do. I've got some messages to answer and whatnot, but it's looking like it's going to be a good day. I'm going to get myself some breakfast, and we'll keep on rolling away. So, all of that sorting is done. I have gone through a few different iterations between, the sorting process. Jason helped me out at the start, and we have finished off with ending up in some much larger containers, a lot bigger than my standard takeaway ones. But we have, oh my god, there are so many minifigure parts. That is all headgear. That is all heads. That is almost overflowing full of torsos. Legs, we've got accessories over here, the complete figures down here. I would like to highlight this. I'm going to highlight it a few times, but we pulled this beautiful guy out. I can't remember his actual name, Jedi Knight. I actually think he might be just called Jedi Knight, but he's about a $250, $300 figure. So, and he is in mint condition. So very, very beautiful right there. Some all right complete figures. Not that many. That's all the complete figures that we've decided to pull out. Everything else has been stripped down. The next job now is to go through and check condition. So I haven't done that yet. Obviously we want to highlight the Rancor, 2 Killer Crocs, one of these Power Miner dudes. It's looking pretty crazy. Big tub of animals, tons of bodywear, lots of capes, lots of great stuff in there. Some absolutely killer things in here. My guess is it's going to be valued by a lot. But the first thing I want to do is I want to weigh it all. So we had an estimate of about how much it weighed. We were looking at, about over 11 kilos. We were looking at maybe 15 kilos, I think, at the start. So, but I'm going to weigh it all now and see where it's at. There was a lot of stuff that wasn't figure parts or accessories or anything that got dumped out. But, there is still, that is a ton of torsos. So we're gonna sort all of this stuff out, figure out how much what we've kind of got. That's fake. I spotted that. And then we're gonna start breaking it down by category. So I'm thinking we might take one of the easier categories first, maybe bodywear, maybe headgear or something, and then start processing that. Sorting it out, getting it uploaded, start getting some numbers to you guys, and we'll go from there. All right, so I've been very busy, also lacking on the filming. I'm so crazy busy. I have not even put out any videos. It's been almost 3 weeks now, and I haven't put out a single video. I've got a few videos like on the back burner ready to go that I just need to edit and get out, and I'm hoping to do that in a couple of days. I actually leave overseas in 2 weeks, and I've got to make an announcement video on that as well. So I'm just so busy. I don't have enough time to do YouTube stuff at the moment. I just need to try and process as much of this big 10K lot as possible. I've been doing figures and figure parts at the moment, so I'm filming that video, but I'm still getting stuff listed onto the store. We've got a ton more stuff to go on eBay. All of this stuff, everything down there is for eBay, and I've been starting to bring in these white drawers from outside and start uploading the pieces. So as you can see, all of the ones down there, they're all empty. I've Still got a few more to do here. So it's doing well. The other thing that you might notice is that everything from underneath the shelves, all of the bulk that was there is all gone. The stuff down there is all catalog stuff, but that usually is filled with bulk. And you might ask, where is it? Well, we need to go outside to take a look at that. So, this is everything that I've been dealing with. So, I brought out all of the sorted bulk, and I needed to put all of the categories together and just kind of consolidate everything. So, what we've done is all of these black tubs, which used to be filled with just random stuff, is now each category is a box. So, for example, up here we have small Technic. That is all the small Technic that we currently have sorted. That should be inverted slopes and arches in there. Down here is vehicle parts. There's a lot of great stuff in here. There's some of the smaller categories down here. We also split up all of the bricks and plates. So all of that stuff is in size. That's all currently inside. The other thing that we've been working on is I had some great help from a family member who went through and washed all of the base plates from the collection that we had. So all of this stuff has been washed. I have to go and condition check it all still. But if you look there, you know, there's tons of stuff. There's bits of stuff that's fallen off the ground. So I'm going to have to clean that up. But it's looking all right. It's actually looking a bit clearer. So like I've started pulling all of those white drawers. So there's not too much of that left over. More of those base plates. And then what I've done is all of the green tubs, which used to have the assorted stuff in there, is now just bulk. So I've kind of rearranged everything. So all of these tubs here is just filled with unsorted bulk. There is a ton of it. So plus all of the stuff down there and the stuff there, some wheels on the top, but that box down there is also all just bulk. So we have a lot of bulk to deal with still. So I'm going overseas. So that stuff's just going to sit there until I get back and then I can start processing it. Still got to work through all of these drawers. Got to get these vintage containers listed. I cleaned these up as well. So they're all looking really, really nice. They had a ton of stickers all around the edges and stuff, but we pulled them all off and we gave them a wash. So I'll be able to fill these cabinets in here with those drawers, take some pictures of them and get them listed, which will be pretty handy. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've just been kind of getting stuff ready. I've been super, super busy. I just have no time to pull out the camera at the moment and do editing. But it's looking pretty good. So we've got some really killer stuff out here. And I've still got a ton of work to do before I go away. And all of this stuff is going to have to be cleared up and tidied up and brought into the shed eventually as well. So what the plan is, underneath those shelves that used to house those green tubs, I'm going to bring these black tubs in and put them in there, leave the bulk outside. For now, it will be brought inside soon, but I just need to make some room for it. But I can bring all this stuff in maybe later today. But I'm going to get back to just some minifigure sorting and do some more stuff on that minifigure video. There's the wonderful shed. We're going to get back to work. So I've finished all the headgear, and that was probably the easiest category to do. And I'm probably going to go on to the worst category now, which is heads. So that thing is about half full of heads. Bloody hell, that is going to be a pain in the butt to do. There's going to be a ton of damaged parts in this one. I just know it. So the first step is going to be pulling out all the B grade stuff. This was all the stuff that we pulled out that we're going to send as bulk figure parts to a supplier. So this big bag here is all the A grade kind of common town city headgear pieces. These are all the common A grade hair pieces, most of it Friends actually, and then this is the B grade stuff. There wasn't actually a ton of B grade headgear. A lot of it was actually pretty good. So I've gotten all of it listed. All of it is in these drawers here. The drawers are just filled with tons and tons of beautiful pieces. Some really, really nice vintage stuff, which is really killer, and quantity of it as well. So we've done very well, that is for sure. But this whole case is filled to the brim with beautiful, beautiful headgear pieces. I just finished up the hair parts of it. There is a ton. I've almost filled the whole unit. So moving on to the heads now, which is going to take me at least a day, 2 days. So that's the next job. I'm not going to share the values or the rare parts that we have found yet. I'm going to wait until the end of the video to show you that stuff. But let me just say it is helping with our lot count immensely. So we are past 32,000 lots, which is a first for us, actually. So we're at 32,319, which actually is still second place. Yesterday it was first place, but the other person has just come back on top. But I reckon after doing all of that up there and all of this, it's going to help. And that's just the normal figure parts. We still have all the bodywear and the specialty figure parts and the complete figures as well. Let's not forget those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going. Start smashing through these heads. I'll probably take this tray, pour a bit of it out, and start sorting them. I'm watching some Lost at the moment. We'll have a contractor in a bit. He'll just be packing orders. That's all. And having at it. I've got a fair bit to do. So we're going to get back to work, and I'll jump on a bit later. All right. I've been looking at heads for much too long. Yesterday was like 12 hours of just looking at heads pretty much, but we've got some all of the stuff sorted pretty much. So I've kind of sorted it loosely into like glasses heads, facial hair, top hair. There's just general heads over there, all the plain smile, plain heads, multicolored, modified, all the skin toned heads. We've got like kind of stuff with mics and like, extra stuff that's not just glasses. This is all the really, really, really damaged stuff, the stuff that I'm not going to bulk sell. This will just be dumped into our B grade parts and given away. And then the stuff over here, we've got A grade common heads as well as B grade heads that I can sell as bulk. And then B grade Star Wars. I'm just adding that, and there's a few bits and pieces that we found that don't go into here. So I'm going to get to uploading and hopefully get as much of this stuff uploaded today as possible, which is actually not that much because we took out so much stuff that we'll bulk ship out. So it's just these couple of containers here, which doesn't look like a lot, but I'm still guessing it's going to be some nice value in there. Then we've got to move on to our legs and then torsos, which are some very large categories, as well as the other stuff over there. So I'm going to get back to work, get some uploading done, and I'll talk to you in a bit.